Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Spicy Sunflower Tarot. This is going to be your April monthly reading, and I'm going to use the Astromatrix tarot cards for your spread. It's going to be Celtic Cross spread for that monthly overview. And I've already meditated over the cards and shuffled through them, and I was given a message to proceed to give you, and that is passion reigns this month. You're going to be very influential. You're going to be very inspiring. You're going to lead with grace and attractiveness. You're going to be able to persuade really anyone. So if I were you, I would know that you have this power going into the month and then proceed with caution. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start off with first your recent past. I'm just going to lay everything out and then we'll come back and talk. Your current energy. What is challenging you? What's on your mind? Give a little space. What's down below in your subconscious that you might not be aware of, and in your near future. And then your external energy, your influence of environment, your internal energy, your hopes and fears, and your final outcome. Cancer, let's get started. I am going to use the Priestess of Light oracle cards as an oracle overview as well. And oracle cards are just a little different than tarot in that they generally are just messages that go along with the artist's design for the deck. So oracle cards are still profoundly potent, but they're just a little bit different than actual tarot cards. So there is a difference. For your oracle card of the month of April, we have miracles. This is ancient wisdom. This is super powerful. This is card number 39. If you're somebody that likes to learn numbers, 39 could be potentially important, as well as when you add 3 and 9 together, it's 12, which reduces to the number 3. And threes are all about self-expression, creativity, outcomes. So when we're looking for miracles or we're looking at miracles, we can probably gauge that there's some sort of an ancient wisdom at play, whether that is angelic, whether that is heavenly, God, spirit, whatever realm you believe miracles come from. We're looking at this as your spiritual overview for the month Cancer. So ancient wisdom, miracles. I would draw your attention specifically, if you could take a screenshot, look specifically at the finger formations that this person is taking. It looks like a mudra from yoga. There is the thumb and the forefinger placed together. The other fingers are apart. And so that might be significant, just in case you're somebody that likes to look for signs and signals in things. That would be something to look up. Let's jump into your reading, Cancer. Looking first at the recent past, we have Judgment. Judgment is Plutonic. Judgment is, they say, Scorpionic, attributed to the sign of Scorpio. It's major arcana. It is meaning spiritual awakening. It is like an evolutionary process of starting from the bottom and working your way up to this transformative energy. The highest form of Scorpio is the phoenix. And so, starting from the little insect down that crawls under rocks in dark places, transforming up to the phoenix. That's their final transformation. Scorpio is a transformative sign. That's your water cousin. So Cancer, this is your recent past. Something happened for you in maybe the last month or month and a half that led you to this moment as April opens, giving you a sense of you heard the call, you heeded the call, and now you're here for it. It's almost like, you know, the bugle for military members when it's time to wake up and report to duty. The bugle sounded, you heard it, you reported for duty. You're here for it. You're showing up. That's your recent past. So your current energy is more water energy. And this is actually attributed to you and Pisces. So more of your water family showing up here in your center energy, your current energy. This is moon energy, which is very mysterious. It's very kind of in the shadows, in the night, in the dark. It is unknown. Everything that happens under the light of the moon is somewhat secretive. It doesn't necessarily mean that anything shady is going on. It just means that right now, what you are feeling or what you're doing or what you're going through is not either revealed to you yourself, or it's not ready to be revealed to other people. So you are keeping things right now, I'm going to call it under a veil. So you've gone from you heard the call to now how you're feeling and what you're doing with what you're feeling is kind of under wraps. You're not sharing it with everybody, or as I said, you might not be completely fully aware of what's going on with you right now. And again, that doesn't have to be anything bad. It can just be you're in the process of going through a change. So this is your current energy. What's challenging you in that, you know, mysterious kind of energy is another major arcana. This time it's the representation, or it's attributed to the sign of Gemini. And magician is very powerful in that it's a manifester, a master manifester. So you can already see why magician would challenge the moon, because the magician knows what they want. They are speaking affirmatively. Everything is I am abundant, I am prosperous, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am lovable, I am. Everything is a manifestation of their reality. And so in order to be the magician, you have to be clear on what you're manifesting. When you're in the moon energy, you're not ready to show everybody your hand, or it's not revealed to you yet what's going on in your life. And so there's a secretiveness to the moon energy. The magician is challenging the moon because maybe you want to be clear and you want to shine your light and you want to go forward, but there's just not this, there's a blockage in your ability to manifest clearly because things are still hidden under the surface, mysterious. So the magician is, you know, in your challenge position. It's a challenge to manifest right now. The month of April, maybe it gets better as the month goes on, but right now in this current position, there's a little bit of some struggle. So what's on your mind is another major arcana. And the major arcana, Temperance, is attributed to the sign of Sagittarius. So you could be dealing with the Sagittarius. You could have a little bit of this energy on your mind of, I don't want things to be so extreme. I want things to be toned down enough that they're edible. You know, the little nursery rhyme, the Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and Goldilocks could only sleep in the bed that was just right. She could eat the porridge that was just right. That's Temperance energy. Things need to be just right. They can't be too hot. They can't be too cold. Temperance, and this is on your mind, this is what you're thinking about a lot of the times, is I don't want anything to be, you know, too much or too little. Let's talk about, for instance, a bank account. We don't want to have it excessively large that we can't manage it. I mean, hallelujah, we would love to have a big fat bank account, but I'm just making this as an example. If it's too big, you're going to need to have someone to help you manage all that money. If it's too small, of course, then we struggle on that end too. Temperance is we have just enough to get what we need and have a little extra and maybe help others along the way. It's just right. Temperance, excuse me, that might be confirmation that this point is something that you really need to maybe bring into your reality because it's on your mind. And so maybe that is the struggle of the magician over the moon energy, is we're trying to bring balance into our life. We're trying to manifest this moderation. We're not trying to be excessive in any way. We're trying to be, just right. We want our family life to have balance. We want our work life to be balanced. We want things to be in balance. Temperance energy, moderate. Down in the core of your being, the subconscious, maybe it's even hidden from you, is this idea of the world. The world is very transformational in that it is the completion of a cycle. So you may even, that explains this, judgment energy, hearing that call, the moon energy, kind of in a transformation state, not ready to go forward, not ready to go back, just holding pattern. The world energy is down below in the surface because you have completed a cycle. And as the new world opens to you, because we never go through world energy where something just ends, something always is coming after that. And that something new might not be ready yet. That might explain that moon energy to a T. So this completion energy, this graduation energy, this successful completion of a journey is here under the surface for you, down at the bottom of your spread. As you move into the future, here we are, Cancer, you having this embodiment of the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is all about speaking your truth, knowing fairness, equality, believing in justice. You're holding your sword of truth right on your lap. And as you speak to people or speak to the world or speak to whomever, you're delivering your messages with intelligence, intellectualism, factual matters. You're talking facts and figures, and we're logistically oriented as the Queen of Swords. We're not messing around with our feelings and our emotions. We are just basically being very businesslike. And so the Queen of Swords as your future energy just says that you're going to be working from a place of, I'm going to do spreadsheets. I'm going to send out, very, I don't know, what is that? Boilerplate language, emails. Everything is just going to feel maybe very businesslike because I don't bring my emotions into how I'm dealing with things as April progresses. And that might be a safety mechanism for you so that you don't get too emotional. You're just going to keep things very surface level and non-emotional. And that might be, like I said, it's a defense mechanism or a safety mechanism or something along those lines. So let's look at your environment. What's happening in your environment? This can be in your family, in your workplace, in your church, whatever social environment you find yourself in. We have the Tower. Oh dear. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major arcanas so far. So keep that in mind. The month of April is not going to be some light, skippy month. There's going to be some powerful energy showing up in the month of April, according to these cards, and only if it fits. You might even come back and re-watch this, later as April moves down the line, just to come back and see if this energy has brought forth any truth, because your environment is showing the Tower, which is, again, we're talking scorpionic energy. This is Mars, and Mars is the ruler of Aries, and it was the previous ruler of Scorpio. So this tower energy gets attributed to Scorpionic and Aries energy, which is very, Mars is the god of war. And, you know, going in for just, we're going to shake, rattle, and roll. We're going to transform things. We're going to make things shake and shake up. We're going to give you a run for your money, essentially. So I'm just going to give you a little example. You know, you walk into work on Monday morning, you realize that your boss is no longer there. They've moved him to a different department, or her. You thought your coworkers, you know, you had your relationships built with them. They've been distributed to other departments as well. And you're the only one left in the department, and you're going to run the show. So that's a tower moment. And this is your environment. If this is your family, you come home, you put your purse down, and your spouse suddenly gives you the revelation that they are no longer going to be a part of the family. They're moving to Kentucky. And so tower moment, it's something that you didn't expect it. You weren't anticipating this change. It came out of nowhere and kind of hit you out of left field. The tower shakes things up, but the tower never happens to you. It happens for you. So even when we think that we've gotten news that just demolished our world, turns out when we just continue to take deep breaths and live it, it actually works out for the best. The tower is not annihilation. It's actually in our favor. And so how you feel about all of this is the Nine of Cups, which is definitely Piscean energy, but it's emotional, it's cup energy, it's your heart space, it's your emotions, and it has you feeling very much like this person seated on this little couch, arms crossed over the chest, this very pleased look on the face. It's my wishes are fulfilled. I dang near have 10 cups. 10 is the culmination, 10 is the fulfillment factor, and you are almost there. So your internal emotions about everything that we've just talked about is, I'm fine with it. I'm actually fine with it because I wouldn't have it any other way. I feel like this has all been for a reason, and I trust that it's for the highest and best good of all concerned. That's how you feel. And I feel like this is a really positive way to look at everything. Let me bring you back to your oracle card, Miracles, Ancient Wisdom. I wonder if something that has happened here in the month of April makes you feel as if you just witnessed a miracle. Maybe you've been wanting to see your boss go away. Maybe you've been wanting to have one of you in your partnership, your marriage, your family life. Somebody needed to make the first move, and it was them, and maybe that is satisfying. I don't know. This is not a personal reading. This is collective. So I'd love to hear your comments about this reading. So let's look at your hopes and fears. We have the Knight of Cups. Now, this is definitely water energy. It's emotional energy. It's romantic energy. It is the Knight of Cups is moving towards emotional situations. They like to call this, you know, the Romeo energy, because it's like the knight in shining armor kind of energy, showing up and saying all the right things, doing all the right things, picnic blankets, glass of wine, candles are lit, the music's playing, the dinner is served. This person knows exactly how to charm and romance you, and that's pleasing and that's lovely if that's what you're after. But if that's not what you're after, that can be a little too much, too soon, too fast, too much, all of that. So this is in your hopes and your fears that, you know, you might get everything you want, but you might be afraid of getting everything you want. And that can be romantically, professionally, in your home life. However, Knight of Cups energy shows up. It is someone coming in saying everything you would want them to say and do. And that can be a fear and it can be a hope. It's a little bit confusing. In your final outcome for you, Cancer, for the month of April, the Ace of Pentacles. It really makes me feel like whatever is going on for you transformatively is about your job. The Ace of Pentacles as a final outcome says that you will be given a brand new opportunity. This is the hand of the divine presenting a pentacle to you, and it is a brand new, fresh start, a brand new, fresh beginning. It's a promotion. It's a new job offer. It's a new position. It's a new responsibility. It is something new for you in the job, in the workplace. Or let's say if this is in your family, this is you put an offer down on a house and that offer was accepted. If this is financially, you decided to just throw the dice and invest in something in the stock market, and that was a win. The month of April has kind of lucky energy here. The Ace of Pentacles is a big thumbs up from the hand of the divine saying, yes, go for it, because you're going to get it. You're going to get that job. You're going to get that house. You're going to get that investment that you wanted to get. So good job. Cancer, this is your reading for the month of April. I am available on TikTok and on YouTube, and my personal reading information is going to be in the description box below. So if you're interested in a personal private reading, please send me an email and we will talk details. Thank you very much for your time and your attention. Be blessed and be well.